You got to keep in mind that you can't buy experience unless you have some master at setting them up. So obviously he knew he's taking that other baby of his to Durban. So he had to plan something else to fill that position, which was obviously a handful, of which that number 3 really won well last time out. So looking at the ones that we think it is dangerous, they've all had a lot of starts. So the question is, how much improvement can there be?
Welcome to another edition of the Coastal Boys. We don't have Carl Strydom on board, but we have the sire, Jacques Strydom, on board today. Welcome, Jacques, 6-time Gold Cup winner, long-time trainer in Port Elizabeth, long line of trainers and jockeys in the family. Welcome.
No, thank you so much for having me. Proud to be called the sire of Carl Strydom. His first season was champion South African Apprentice, second season champion in P, but unfortunately injured, only had half a season. Went abroad, he's back and still trying to find his feet, but he's had a good couple of winners since he's been back, and hopefully he can grow from there.
Yeah, I mean, your stable has increased as well. It looks like the numbers, you did have not so many horses a while back, but you seem to be growing in numbers, which is great.
Yeah, I cut down to 12 the previous season, so it looked like a feeble one, but we had 9 winners, including the Algarve Cup and two awards. So it was a very good season, and obviously with time you build up again, and we get them from out of town, and it takes you a good, let's say, 60 days to get them to a race, and then I like to start with a sprint. I've won, like you mentioned, Glenleigh's and Gold Cups and Lakesides, lots of them, and all those always start with sprints. So I like to go from a sprint and then further. So by the time they're ready to run and peak a bit the best, then they only at their best distance. And so over time, with 25 horses, we've had in the 30 winners, which is beyond my expectations.
Wonderful. Exactly like the old Mr. Paddock used to do. He used to love to some of his biggest coups, he used to bring a horse that used to race 2,000 meters, the old Arlington track over the 1,000 meters, come to this side of the near side of the rail, far side, and skate home over 1,200 or 1,000 meters. And the money was down plenty times. The old
And
Mr.
he was a
Paddock.
machine. He was a machine at setting them up.
Sure.
Unfortunately, I've trained many myself. I'm blessed with a good couple of owners that joined the yard, and we're growing softly with painters involved. But for me to go and set them up and try and win a race and make money, if they earn, it's for my pocket as I'm mainly the owner involved in that fella. So to me, it's
Yeah.
just trying to build them up and get my appearance fee and earn a check or two and earn money that way. So if I had the clientele to say, yeah, I'll buy a couple of horses or send me a couple and say, listen, we set them up. It's not the end of the world. It's not the easiest thing to do, but you can do it if you got the right horse. But yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
that clientele, unfortunately.
Just remembering the old days of Arlington. Race 1. Welcome to Nelson Mandela Bay Open Maiden. It's changed from 2,400 to 2,200 because guess what? We had more rain and we're back on the poly. I think the only grass in PE you're going to get is the one that you get from a few strange people. Otherwise, the grass seems to be really, really struggling. But we have the race 1 over 2,200. We have the bidding as such. 7-2 Monkey's Wedding. 9-2 Lyrics and Songs. 5-1 Sapphire Sun. 6-1 Night in Japan and Luca de Wheels. 7-1 Capranica. 10-1 and Better the Rest. You have a runner here, Jacques? 2 actually, one ridden by your son and one ridden by the apprentice. You might as well take it away. Tell us what you think on the first.
Thank you so much. Just one step back. Our water table is so high that the slides a bit of rain and we're under pressure. On Sunday, we had 3 mils of rain. And Monday, when I drove down the road, the water's running down the tar road. It's just doesn't matter where and what, it's wet. So nothing, it's an act of God, it's nature. We're trying to work around that, but with the constant rain and it's winter, management pulling their hairs out. But yeah, getting back to race 1, I think it's a 2-horse race, 1 and 6. It's a Nell runner. He's been knocking on the door. I think he'll enjoy the distance. Number 6, Cliffy's horse, fresh stock always helps. And I've had a good season, but like I said earlier, I got down to 9 horses and built up again to 25 or so. and it's fresh stock. It keeps your heart ticking. So I got 2 in the race. I got Dead Poet Society. He's a professional maiden. I mean, he ran, I think, third over 1,000 for me, probably 1,000, I might add, up to a 2,000 to run another third there again. So this shows you he's a boy at tries, but just can't get there in place, bet, quartet, chance, 100%. Night in Japan, she'll enjoy the Poly Tutu as well. Both those, I think, is for the positive, especially Night in Japan to go to Poly, because she can pull. So you need to switch off. Otherwise, she pulls too hard. But at the same time, we try and be in touch and allow you to strike when it's necessary. So I've got an Appion, Mbuko, claim 4. He's never been a winner before. I'm trying to help these youngsters. I'm the mentor in PE. So I think both should be in the quartets, but I think 1 and 6 should be my bank, my bipod also, or even my swinging exactors.
1 being Monkey's Wedding and number 6 being Lyrics and Songs. I'm not sure about the one that you mentioned, Monkey's Wedding. I mean, the furthest that he's been is only 1,800 meters when he ran 5 lengths beyond Osmiel. I do prefer the other one in the race that you mentioned, Lyrics and Songs. I give that a massive chance. He seems to have come forward every time he's run. But yours, with Makuba on board, actually holds his horse on their last run behind Gutsy Baby. But one's Marco van Rensburg and the other one is the Apprentice. And the other one that I give a chance, which you haven't mentioned, is number 2, Sapphire Sun. Kelly Mitchley Yard, Woozy Yenny on board. A bit negative about the drawn 10, which is not a good draw. But this horse has run decent races in Joburg, and then like a nice introduction with the Apprentice on last time behind Walk Right In. I mean, if she comes forward, she must have a squeak. But I agree with you, Lyrics and Songs. I don't agree with number 6, Lyrics and Songs. I don't agree with you, Monkey's Wedding. And I think a better run will be expected from Night in Japan, even though that is a professional maiden. She's had 32 runs, this filly. I mean, but she has earned you decent money for the Money Talks Syndicate and Cliffy de Carmo. I see Mrs. Strydom, that must be your mom, and yourself. So, I mean, as long as she keeps earning and paying her way, you'll keep running her, I should imagine.
Look, she's well bred. She got to go to stud. So if she wins, she must win rather sooner than later, because maybe if she wins, there's an offer on the table and she go to stud and try and find some fresh stock from there. But I think what you've just answered the question to a bipod is load the first leg, because the roughie could be found there.
Yeah. Moving on to race number 2, which is You Can Bet on Us, a maiden plate for fillies and mares. We're back to the sprint trip over 1,000 meters. The betting is 14 to 10, Remind Me of You, 5 to 1, Spirit of Nickel, 6 to 1, Tipsy, 7 to 1, Lucy's World, 10 to 1, and Better the Rest. I don't believe you have any runners. 2 horses that don't run, Stoner Scon, number 2, and number 11, Cautionary. Do you have an opinion, Jacques?
I think 17 is probably the banker. I'm not going to give names all the time because I battle with my sight. So I'll just give numbers. You can give the names if you don't mind. So I think
Sure.
17 is close to being a banker for the PA. But if I seldom bank the first leg. So I'll most probably go 16 and 17. I think those are the 2 that tickles my fancy. And the rest that does, on paper to me, have chances are all drawn badly. So obviously we haven't seen all the scratching. So they got till 8 tomorrow morning to scratch without a penalty from our side. If you scratch yours, you get 8 days suspension from racing. But now it will be with permission. So you can scratch and still race the following day. But our cut-off time was 8 tomorrow morning. Be more scratching. So those bad draws could come into the positive. But to me, swinging exact 16, 17, and 17 being the winner.
I concur with you. 17, I think, was nearly one of my better bets on the day. Remind Me of You, Griff and Furee. The 16 you talk about, the Justin Snaith train, Calvin Abib rides, called Lucy's World. Of the others in the betting, Spirit of Nickel. I mean, this is one of the Bull Paddock's old tricks, been racing over 2,000 meters. They now put it back over the sprint trip. I mean, that's a leap of faith. I mean, he's been running 1,600, 1,800. The one twice run over 1,200 was quite disappointing. Also drawn 11, which is quite bad. The third favourite, number 5, Tipsy, they did back this horse on debut and won very convincingly. Then not a bad run. The second run, that was on the turf. On its first run at the Poly was shocking, and now it's drawn 17. I mean, I don't even think that's on the track. I think that's how far wide this horse. That's how far wide it is. I mean, and then we've got Elias Rocket, another one of those ATM machines for the Dean Smith yard. It's the lone rides, but drawn 12. I mean, for me, I think Remind Me of You is the one that's going to take a power beating for the
Well,
Cruyff yard. And Lucy's World, I think if comes forward, I wasn't too much sold in it. I mean, but has got a good draw of 3. You were going to say, Jacques?
yeah, the key to keep in mind is that it's 1,000 meters. So I'm under correction. I think they only allow 12 runners. So lots of scratchings and eliminations still to follow until 8 tomorrow morning. But
Yep.
yeah, I'm happy. I like to tick boxes, and a good draw to me, especially on the poly 1,000, is a big yes. So I won't even look beyond 16 and 17.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I mean, this horse has done nothing wrong, Remind Me of You. 2, a fourth and a second, both on the poly. Has got Richard Ferrier on board, who's riding top of his game. She is a juvenile. She does get weight for that, but she's only got 10 more days and she'll be a 3-year-old. Moving on, race number 3. Pinnacle for fillies and mares. The betting is 18 to 10 Song of Myself, 5 to 1 Cheerio Baby, 6 to 1 Lotus Silk, 7 to 1 Genevieve, 10 to 1 and better the rest. I don't believe you have any runners, Jacques, but you have an opinion?
My opinion is that number 2 is, to me, no doubt the best one in that lineup. Last time I told everyone I think it's a winner. It won comfortably, but now it's drawn 12. Again, I don't know if he's crashings or not. And then Cheerio Baby, Greus with 3 in the race, I think. I think he's picked the wrong
4.
one. Or 4 in the race. I mean, Lotus Island, that can run, but drawn badly. Kings, again, that's drawn well. Not too shabby either. But I think very open lineup. My PA, I'm leaning towards 8, what, 6, yeah, 6, 8, 9. Probably maybe add a 7. But my picks, I think this is a race we can find your roughie for the pick 6. Because there's nothing that can't win. Again, like I said before, I go with draws. So, Fury, to me, not on the right one. But he's got a good draw, which means makes life so much easier for him. So, find your roughie here. I mean, number 7 at one start the other day for PE, for Lunga. That ran on beautifully. So again, you find me something that doesn't have a chance.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Number 2 being Song of Myself, the favourite, which you don't even have in your 4 runners of your PA. Cheerio Baby, number 9, you spoke about. That's the one Rich is on. I agree with you. I'm not sure he's on the right one. Andrew Fortune on Lotus Silk, number 4. Also drawn quite badly, might come out. Priscilla Maisie's been a bit of an ATM machine. Kings again, I mean, was quietly fancied last week with their apprentice on board and ran a decent enough race, 5th to finish. And now today's 14 to 1. I put up a horse here each way in one of my bets. Number 8, Genevieve, for the Kelly Mitchell Yard Muzieni rides. I mean, very close together on the form line, on one or two of the form lines. And I think Genevieve has done nothing wrong. Likes the poly as well. I mean, ran a half a length behind Kings again last time, drawn 8 out of 11. This horse has had bad draws or small starts. 9 out of 11, 8 out of 12, 8 out of 11, 8 out of 11, and won 2 of those races and ran second and third in the other 2. Poly form is impeccable. I think 7 starts, 3 wins, and 4 places. At 8 to 1, I think big value. This filly, this grey filly, with Muzieni on board, and he's also riding well, Muzieni.
Yeah, I
And
second your. Sorry, yeah.
carry on.
Yeah, I second your each way bet there. I approach with my PA 6, 8, 9. Once I've worked on my perm and there's space for more, I'll definitely add in this leg, which could be the 2, the Lunga horse. I mean, fresh stock from Cape Town, the 5. You can't forget about something like that. So, to me, strong each way your one, but Pick 6 roughie to be found.
Race number 4, merit rated 88 handicap, 1200 meters. The betting is 5 to 2 Augusta Rossa, 7 to 2 War of Dynamite, 4 to 1 North Star, 5 to 1 French Flame, 10 to 1 DuPont Emerald, 40 to 1 Jacques Strydom and Carl Strydom riding Ardenom. You might as well start, seeing you have the bottom of the boards.
Yeah, part of them is one of those that are right, but nothing's gone our way. Excuse me. So yeah, the idea was a grass 12. Grass 12, you jump, let them find their feet. They keep on building up towards winning post. We're on the poly, it's around the bend. You jump, you try and place it. You're on the bend, then you have to see where you are and find yourself, whatever position you've got. Then come to a straight. That's 4 meters. Then only get going. So I already just said that if we change to poly, which we had a very good chance of doing, then I'd rather scratch and stay at home. But then I just thought about it, and his first run for me was a poly 12, and he ran on beautifully. So he's had a break, so I might as well run him. But yeah, not something I would put money on. It's his first run for us after a while. I want to see him jump and enjoy himself. If he earns a bonus, but yeah, I think it's a great race, if not a trifecta. Again, I think for he's picked the wrong one. But in my PA, I'll have the three Greef runners, and even the pick six, I'll have the three Greef runners, and then maybe add a couple others. But yeah, I think Greef, this is his race.
All right, I'll put up my best bet of the day. Number 2, War of Dynamite for the Kelly Beach Yard Musi Annual Book. I love the way this horse runs, loves the poly, has had one bad run that was on the turf behind Lotus Silk, very consistent, has earned every single time has been on the poly, thrown in with a couple of wins. Drawn 8 might come in if there's a couple of scratchings. I think the 1200 is up his alley, this declaration of peace. He does run on late, so he will need a semi pace. And let's hope we can find one or two there. Of the career forces you speak about, the favourites is Evan Augusta Rosso. Some cracking runs, but this horse has been campaigning over further. Has won and placed over 1200 metres. Yeah, like I said, I like War of Dynamite strong here. I think I'll get run of the race number 2 for the Mitchell Yard Yenny on board. Agree with you on Augusta Rosso, even though he has a sprint win and a sprint place. I mean, they've been campaigning over 1,600 metres, 2,000 metres. Has run against probably one of the best horses in PE and other dons for me. Richard on board this time, he probably lead because that's what he's done when he's run over 1,600 metres. And then we've got Andrew Fortune, number 10 North Star, drawn 6. 2 decent runs on the poly last start, over 1,400 and 1,200 behind the castle. I mean, those must have outstanding chances. Overture, bad run, has been money for this horse before. When they backed it on debut, like they knew the result, came home lonely. But the run on poly was very disappointing. Positive draw this time, drawn 4. But for me, it's all about War of Dynamite. Jacques. Let's
So
move
yeah, I
on
don't
to
know.
race. Yep. Carry
Sorry,
on.
yeah,
Sorry.
I don't know how I missed that number 2, but you've just changed my PA to 3 or 4 horses, and pictures especially. Yeah.
Sorry, but make it more expensive. As long as you stay in and survive. We're moving on to
100%.
race number 5. It is a merit rate 86 handicap over 1,600 back to the mile. The betting is 5-2 Klainsy, 4-1 Ingan Quele, 6-1 Above the Horizon, 7-1 Laguna Verde, 9-1 World Choice, 12-1 Das Gut, 14-1 and Better the Rest. And you have a fancied runner here, World of Choice number 8, with that your son riding it. You might as well begin again.
So the previous race we spoke about that Augusta filly that ran second behind Ellen's top filly, and it was a 3-year-old race, so she had to run. Something had to run second. She was one of those. Same now with World Choice. I do rate him. He's unraced, or hasn't raced for me yet. And I told my owners I'm gonna run in the Derby. And my owner Robbie said to me, "Boy, don't you think 10 in the morning is early to drink?" That's just how much I loved. I moved and enjoyed just being relaxed and quickened. So he ran second in the Derby. So it carries a lot of weight on paper, but I don't think he can beat the likes of Klainsy and stuff like that, because that's a proper racehorse. So my fella is second on off the break. Obviously, we were hoping to run the grass, long straight, get him to find his feet because he always comes too late. But Klainsy, serious racehorse. You got that number 3, Cliffy's horse, that can run. The Rafi is number 5, a little Furif Epia in the irons. And I think that's good as a serious racehorse as well. But do I have a Cotet chance? Yes. If he wins, will I be surprised? Not really, because he's doing very well at home. And even last time I gave him a 14, I said relax and quicken, and he just kept on finding. So that was impressive run after a break. But to me, number one, that's miles to the rain.
Okay, that's number one, being Clancy for the graveyard, and Richard Ferry rides this horse. I mean, it's a nice horse to bring to PE. 4 times on the poly, 4 wins, got up 15 merit rated points from 75 when he got here, now 90. I wonder if the handicapper has caught him yet, if caught her yet. If he's caught her, then I think there are other runners in the race. 2 Silver Mistress, Stable Companion, another one that's been campaigning over different distances. I think further is what she needs. Ingen Quila, another one, brought it to Quebec or Port Elizabeth. 4 starts, 3 wins and a second. I mean, all these horses have thrived. Ingen Quila and Clancy. I mean, another one that's gone up nearly, this horse was a 76 merit. Let me get that again. A 77 merit rated when he got here, and now an 89. Also gone up quite a lot. As a positive draw, Ingen Quila drawn 1, and Plainsy both draw number 4, drawn 4, which is very positive. I put up another each way bet here, the one that you mentioned, third of your lot, Laguna Verde, for Min Free on board, gets the 4 kilograms, drawn 6, a lovely draw. She actually holds Plainsy on the last run when they won, when they ran together. But she isn't happy, and it'll be quite a lot of pressure on her. I mean, I think she will probably go to the front again for the Dean Smith yard, number 5, Laguna Verde. But on paper, she actually holds Clancy stone cold. And she holds Ingrid Quilo on the run on the 20th of March. They ran together. So on paper, she's got them beat. But you've got to remember they're running on the grass or the poly today. That's the big difference. Number 7, Above the Horizon, Sharon Kotson, done well. Drawn 11, negative for that. But I think another decent horse that's going to run right. It ran right behind Clancy's last start. And I think back end of quartets and trifectas for him. Your horse, agree with you. Let's hope he runs a cracker for you. Does good. Another horse that Lunga, number 10. Jeffrey Saister on board. Lunga drawn 5. Lunga Gela also likes to go from 1200 to 2000 to 1600. 1400, all over, but now back to the 1600. And I think he's also a decent horse, and he looks to be a decent trainer. Then number 11, Johnny Drama for the ice cold 6 months station, drawn 13, even though he has Craig Zaki on board. I mean, shame. I mean, it's terrible. He's been running places. He just needs to get that first one on board. And one that I found at also a massive price to put in quartets and trifectas is number 12, Valora Imambo, carrying 52 now with Bubble Shadu on board, drawn 8, and none of that will be running on late. I mean, just behind Laguna Verde last time as well. But I'm going for the value here. I think probably Clancy a horse to beat. We've seen how good she is, and we've seen how good Ingen Quill is. I think the top 2 deserve to be favourites, but I've gone for a bit of value with number 5, Laguna Verde, who does have a big chance at the weights.
So, firstly, the 5 and the Das Gutes, they've been running in higher divisions. They earned their rating. Where the 1 and the 3, like you mentioned, they've gone up in class, so now they have to prove they're good enough to beat those kind of horses.
Yeah.
But to me, although you're 3-1, 3 out of 4, something, the 1-1, 4 out of 4, it's the way that number 1 is won. So a good horse has to be able to overcome that weight turnaround. And I think that filly, no doubt, will do it with ease.
Yeah, no, I think she is quite decent since she's relocated to Quebec. We move on to race number 6, a merit rated 70 handicap. We stay over 1600 meters. The betting is 3-1 Pyro Edition, 3-1 Sliver of Sunshine, 4-1 Silent Trigger, 5-1 Green Planet, 7-1 Rule the World, Run the World, 14-1 and Better the Rest. Number 1 Asinatanga does take a bit of the market away. That is now not a runner. I don't believe you have a runner in this race, but do you have an opinion, Jacques?
Sure. To me, another pick 6 field, because so easy to find a rough here. I lean towards a 4, but he's drawn 10, so he's scratching with the R. Beyond 4, I'll go 10 and 11. But no, my PA, I'm going to load. I want to put 5, 6 in here, try and bank it somewhere else. So if you don't go with a 4, to me, very open.
Yeah, I agree with you, very open. I looked at this race over and over, and the horses that I do give chances to, I do give number 4. That would be my first choice. It comes from far behind, so the draw 9 because of the scratching us in the Tenga doesn't really worry me. The part that worries me that it's coughed last 2 starts. That would be the big worry for me, and has been 25 to 1, 100 to 1, 16 to 1. Your son rode it last time. Chad Little gets on board this time. Sliver of Sunshine is held on the Blackberry Breeze form line further down the page. Another one, I'm not sold on Sliver of Sunshine, but as for real board and drawn 5. Then we go further down, the 2 that you mentioned, 10 and 11, Green Planet, Kacheri on board for the Mackenzie trained Green Planet, drawn 4, Silent Trigger, 1 place in the last 5 starts. Did run behind Action Miracle last time, drawn 6 for Gavin Smith, must have a squeak. And one that I'm going to include in my PA and pick 6 at trifectas and quartets is number 6, Alada's Pride. Drawn 10 now because of the scratching. A horse that flies at them late, ridden by Kyle. Just hope the 60 doesn't hope he doesn't run out of runway, because this horse has been finishing, and let's hope this can be the start of many winners for poor old Zitzman. Ice cold Zitz. But seems always slow away. Last 5 starts, slow, lost the length, slow. Kyle has ridden him before for a 5th and a 2 5ths, just off the pace behind Villavacosa, who won well last time. Does seem to like the poly, just behind them. And it's a massive price. It's currently 33 to 1, and one horse that I'd include. But like you say, a very tough race for the pick 6. Pyro Edition, my first choice in the race, and my roughie that I'm going to include in everything, number 6, Alada's Pride. Sound correct?
Yeah. Nice quartet race.
100%. Race 7, probably the best race of the day. It is pity that it's been moved to the poly, as of all the races. It's a Champion Juvenile Cup, listed over 1,400 meters. 3 trainers have runners here: Grev, Smith, and Kelly Mitchley. 5 to 10, 6 to 10, give me that World Cup. 3 to 1 Chatterbox, 10 to 1 and better the rest. You don't have a runner, but your son rides a horse called First Officer for Alan Grev. What did you think of the race?
So it gets back to the favorite, 5 to 10. It had a sprint, and then around the bend 14, won rather comfortably. It really won well. He pressed the button, quickened away from the field. But getting back to your question of my son's ride, it's been placed in feature races. The 5 placed in feature races. The 6 placed in feature races. So you can't buy experience. Hence, me most probably not banking for in the PA. I would have decided to add 1, my son maybe, or something else. But yeah, that was if you're running feature races, so definitely have to respect that.
Yeah, this was the way visually this was absolutely cakewalked it last time. And there was money for it as well. They didn't forget to back it. The first start, they ran in a 6-runner race. Betting it drifted, looked like it wasn't wanted that day. Probably needed a bit more fitness. Next time out, they didn't forget to back it and won by 7 legs. Absolutely cakewalked it. But as you say, and that was over 1,600. But meeting some hard knockers here. I agree with you about First Officer. Never been unplaced. Win in 4 places from all his 5 starts. And then we've got the one that Richard's riding, a horse called Chatterbox. Very similar profile. Ran behind a very good horse, which is running in Durban at the weekend, Marchland. He then came out again. Even money beat a horse called Red Birch. over 1,000. They're stepping this horse up in trip. A Canford Clips out of Kitty Cat Chat. I mean, this would have been very expensive to buy, and this could be anything drawn one. Of the rest, I wasn't sold on Just Carter. I know he's been placed in features. Casperita, another one that's had come from Cape Town since relocating. He has had 2 places and a win on the poly over 1,400. Also won quite easy last time beating Blow in the Wind. But one that I'm putting in my PA, number 2, Five-Field Legend. I told my friend that I'm going to include it in the PA today. He actually laughed at me. He said, I must be drinking early in the day. When this horse is at 10 runs so far and be 7 places and a win, he found his form behind Silver Streaker last time to just get home. Muzieni on board. Sometimes horses gain their confidence after winning a race. And I thought at a big price, geez, why is this horse 25 to 1 or 20 to 1? I'm one horse that I'm going to include. But I think you've either got to be with a favourite or you've got to load up. Because if you look beyond, give me that World Cup, as you said, I think it could be anything.
You got to keep in mind that you can't buy experience. Alan Greef's a master at setting them up. So obviously he knew he's taking that other baby of his to Durban. So he had to play in something else to fill that position, which was obviously a handful, of which that number 3 really won well last time out. So looking at the ones that we think it is dangerous, they've all had a lot of starts. So the question is, how much improvement can there be? Yet the favourite has only had 2 starts. So you've had a sprint, show him the track, then on a bend to show him the bend, and now he's only his 3rd start, and this is now his proper test. So he still can improve from his previous 2 starts, where the rest has had 4, 5, or something like that, 10 starts. I don't think there's much improvement to come from there. But the question is, the youngsters, they change overnight, and who will stay the trip? The favourite has proven he'll enjoy it. And again, like I said, Alan Greef master at preparing them and aiming at them at something, especially feature races. So we can't look beyond that as in not being a banker, but babies do change.
I mean, look at this horse. Give me that World Cup's first start. Ran 5 lengths behind Carnival. What ran 3 lengths behind Carnival? Five-Field Legend. So has beaten this horse and the same weight now. I mean, he beat it by 2.5 lengths last time. They met, and then they both came out to beat Silver Streaker. One is 5 to 10, one is 25 to 1. I mean, just looking for a bit of value, but I think the favourite probably, if he comes forward, I think will probably take a power of beating.
Yeah, well, you said value. So the key is you'll get more for a place on your roughie than a win on a favourite. So it doesn't have to win. It has run 2nd or 3rd and is good enough. So good value bet if it runs 2nd or 3rd.
Thank you. From your mouth to God's ears. Move on to the lucky last. It is Fairview again next week. It's a merit-rated 72 handicap, back to 1,200 metres. 5 to 2 Honorines Gimme, number 4. T-Rex, number 2, 7 to 2. 9 to 2 The Old Man, number 8 Travel Master. 7 to 1 Real War, number 6. Then we've got King Viserys, written by Kyle, for yourself. 9 to 1. 12 to 1, and better the rest. Away
So
you go. You've been winning the last.
What's favourite?
Honorines Gimme, number 4 for Smith. Drawn 15.
Okay. Sure, okay.
There will be more scratchings here, I should imagine. Just viewers, if just please check all publications in the morning, because you have, as you said earlier, till 8 o'clock tomorrow to scratch horses and not get a penalty because of change of surface. So there will definitely be more scratchings. I see Dean Smith's taken a few out already, including number 3, Can You Dance Here? I mean, this horse, they've been dying for the turf, and they just have to wait a bit longer for it. Away you go, Jacques. Sorry for that.
Okay. Miles had a break. If you watch his last start, I think he made up 20 lengths coming to the straight. So he jumps well, then he loses the plot, and then he keeps going again. So I just started to give him a little break because he was running well, but I need him to just mentally change for the positive. Does he have a chance? 100%. Would I back him? Unlikely. But his first 2 starts for me, I never put my PA and he won 2 in a row for me. So that's the kind of horse he is. Today he works well. Tomorrow he works as if he has been training for a month. But to me, there's only one horse, T-Rex. That could be a Pixies banker, PA banker. I'll try and find a small lineup earlier so I can include another horse in the last. I don't like to bank a first or last like my PA. But if you don't bank him, there's the 5, the 6. There's a lot of hard knockers. But yeah, T-Rex, he's been ultra consistent.
Yeah, I agree with you completely, T-Rex. The only thing is this horse is going to need a solid pace to aim at. Drawn 6. If you look at his last runs, he's been flying at this day, and we have Green Planet running earlier in the day, so we can see how Green Planet runs. We maybe even take a bit of extra cognizance of that running earlier. This horse has done nothing wrong. Like another one that's loved PE since relocating from Natal. Never missed a place in Quebec, including 4 wins. Uh, a lovely horse to own, actually. Henri's Gimme has the form, but he's drawn 15. Another one is going to be super special, but does run from the front. If comes in like 4 or 5 spots on the draw, might just try and steal it from the front. King Viserys, as you said, drawn 1. It's a plum draw, but not a plum draw for this horse, as he's always slow away and he always flies up late. You look at his last 5 starts, he's jumped last or second last every time. And Carl seems to be riding those late closes very well of late. Let's hope he has a win early with the Laudas and maybe a double with King Viserys. Then we have Real War from Ellen Griffyard, drawn Stallgate number 2, which is a big positive. Actually holds the old man Travel Master on their last run. He's a bit of an enigma. He's had 8 lifetime wins, and all of them have been on the poly. But another one that's drawn 9 could pop up if he feels it's like running on the day. And that's about the race for me. T-Rex, I agree with you completely. And I thought, for me, the main danger would be not Henri's Gimme, probably Real War, and include yours, King Viserys.
Yeah, I think it could be a nice quartet race because T-Rex is probably the roving banker. Then to find the next one, which both of them are drawn badly. But my roughie is number 11. He's been softly getting closer to the winning post from last to the front. He's got a good draw. That's my roughie for the quartet.
Number 11 being Basingstoke.
Yeah.
From Sitzman to the Cackness Yard. Jason Gates rides for them, got a good draw 3. Both her wins have been on the poly as well. So one to include. A trappy race to end the afternoon. One that I would put in the quartet, sorry guys, is number 15, Piton Denige. Babu Shadu on board, now claiming the 2.5, carries 50, has a low draw of 4. Ran on weight, is right on top of Travel Master from their last run. But another one that also comes from way off them. So we need pace in the race for the closers. If there's no pace, I think there's going to be a bit of bumper cars when it comes to the last 200 meters. Everyone jostling for position. But like I say, a good quartet, definitely looking for in the last. Roving T-Rex and finding a few roughies. Jacques, what would you say your best bet on the card is for the people?
Yeah, I'm going to go the Swinging Exacta. Second race, 17 from 16. I'm going to go there with race 5, the 1, Keynesy. Swing Exactas with 3, 5, 10. And then, last race, T-Rex to float, T-Rex 2, 5, 6, 11, the combination of those. Then it could be okay.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on board today. And it's always a pleasure to have, like I say, a 6-time Gold Cup winner on board with us. And hope your horses run well for you tomorrow. Hope Carl performs for you. He does say that you're a hard taskmaster. That's why he only flies in the morning. of the race day. Otherwise, you'd be having him working. But thank you very much for coming on board, and stay safe and be lucky, Boet.
Yeah, thanks for being part of the system for today, for tomorrow rather. Again, back to Kyle. Hopefully, the guys out of town can see that the ability is there. He just needs the chances, because at the end of the day, you can't do nothing without a chance. And then, if you guys don't mind, we open the tote most feature race days on a Saturday. This Sunday will be our first tote day, as an open day, for a Sunday meeting where there's no local racing but the Durban racing. So whoever watches your show, just to please, local guys, as in PE, to keep in mind that our tote will be open this Sunday for the Gold Cup.
Sorry, you better just tell the people that's at Fairview Racecourse. There's a big bar, and you serve lunch, and very good lunch, I believe. Drinks are cheap, and good hears, as they would say, in the afternoon there most race days.
Yes, Fairview Racecourse, tote/tab open at the Yetherdams pub, 3rd floor, bar available, kitchen available, and most importantly, they can meet me. I'll be there.
And you always have open spaces
Always.
for anyone who's interested in taking a leg.
Always.
Thank you, Jacques. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend. We'll be back tomorrow, myself and Mark, previewing the Durbanville card for Saturday, and then on to the big race meeting on Sunday. Looks to be a cracking race. How come you haven't got a horse in the Gold Cup there? You've got stayers.
So previous years, or earlier years, we used to have the Lakeside, then a 2-7, then the Glenley at 2-8, or 3-2 those days, then the Gold Cup. And our Gold Cup was either the last week of June or the first week of July, so that if someone that won our local Gold Cup wanted to go to Durban, there was enough time in between those two races to recover and still go to Durban. But for whatever reason, our programming committee or program, whoever, has changed it. We ran like a second week of July. So for me to now win a strenuous race in PE and then 2 weeks later try to take on the best in the country, it wouldn't be a good idea.
Let's hope you can find some stock for next year.
Yeah, well, can you and Joe, and if I buy me something now, we'll see you there next year.
Sweet Boet. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks, Jacques.
Thanks. Have a good one.